It is 5 minutes before midnight going into May 19th, 2025. And I'm reflecting on what was said to me earlier in the morning when I just told a little glimpse, a piece of my story. And what was said is, you're a widow and an orphan. So, in reality, I'm a widow, but I'm an orphan in spirit. And I say this because I've just been plagued with abandonment since I was a child. I'm a daughter of an airman. My dad was in the Air Force, and so at 7, he went to remote duty by accident. He showed up to Sardinia, and there just happened to be 2 men by the same name, but he showed up first. So since he was there, they kept him. So at the age 7, I was a big daddy's girl, right? And I had a year of being without my father, but I was with my mother. And my mother was in reality an orphan. So both of us had the same pain, but it was my first time. For her, repeated abandonment. So her actions are a result of repeated abandonment. However, I was at my first time at 7. Now I can understand my mother, right? Pretty deep. And so I take this time to go into Sir Thomas Browne, following this track of reading classic literature, right? Reading things over 100 years old. And this is out of Religio Medici. Hope I said that right. From 1643. And this is the first part of 2 parts out of section 6. I'm just going to do the first part today, right? So every man is not a proper champion for truth, nor fit to take up the gauntlet in the cause of verity. Many, from the ignorance of these maximes, and an inconsiderate zeal unto truth, have too rashly charged the troops of error, and remain as trophies unto the enemies of truth. A man may be in as just possession of truth as of a city, and yet be forced to surrender. 'Tis therefore far better to enjoy her with peace than to hazard her in battle. So yeah, I'm a Navy veteran, and so when I did go on my med cruise, it was a support mission after yeah so I was in support for Desert Storm. uh when and then after Desert Shield, right? So and I was like in my 20s, did not know who was what, right? But I say this, after all that's been said, right? Because I'm at 5, and I want this to be too long. He brought me up out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. So for me, when I'm the question is, am I contributing my share at meetings? Sometimes I don't like to get, hit that place because I fear what will come out of my mouth. But in this prayer for today, I just pray that my feet may be set upon a rock, and I pray that I may rely on God to guide my comings and goings. And that's how I'm going to end, in gratitude for what my God of my understanding has brought me through with just abandonment. It's something better. He just has this way of turning things around for the good. So I'll end with that. And you have a contribution of my share. A little bit better than I did maybe 3 hours ago. Just a little bit better. A little bit more hope. Peace out.